Sydney is home to one of the most beautiful natural harbours in the world. But have you ever stopped to wonder about what exactly is in it?
Most of us, when we crisscross the harbour, have really no idea what lies just below the surface. There are thousands of species in here. And I'm about to meet someone who's discovered some of those species, Dr. Pat Hutchings, also known internationally as the Worm Lady.
Yeah, there's a worm.
Oh, there's a worm.
There's a worm.
She's passionate about worms, which she says play a vital role at the bottom of the marine food chain.
Oh, I think there were about 400 species of worms in the Sydney Harbour, off the top of my head.
She was surprised to find there'd never been a scientific study of the biodiversity of the harbour. So, along with her colleagues at the Australian Museum, she decided to look into it.
We extracted all the material in the Australian Museum databases, which goes back to about 1850, of all the species of crustaceans, molluscs, echinoderms, worms and fish that have been recorded from the harbour. And we got over 3,000 species. And so there are more species of fish in Sydney Harbour than the entire Mediterranean.
And she believes there are many more species yet to be documented.
Many more to be found. The fish people reckon there's one new species of fish recorded from Australia each week.
Every week?
Yes.
It's extraordinary.
We've come to Chowder Bay in Mossman to see what we can find.
We might see a seahorse, but we might not.
Oh, terrific. All right, shall we get in the water?
Yes, I think that's good.
It's hard to believe that in a city of 5 million people, there are still parts of the harbour that scientists have yet to study.
We're finding new species all the time in Sydney Harbour. I suspect we're looking at more like 4,500 to 5,000 species.
How do you describe the health of the harbour today?
I think it's getting better. We're fortunate. It's not because we've looked after the harbour, it's because it's a natural harbour and there is such an amazing flushing going on. The water in the harbour changes about every 2 days, but it's that constant movement of water and also the variety of habitats that are in the harbour.
From mudflats to mangroves, seagrass beds to sponge gardens, the harbour provides an astonishing diversity of habitats.
How does that compare to the sort of waterways that you find in other parts of the world? We
still get seals and things, we've got penguins coming in. I mean, it's an amazing resource and I think that to a large extent it's been underestimated. Obviously the population of Sydney is going to continue to grow, but it's probably one of the most diverse harbours in the world. Surely we have a responsibility to look after this.
Beat today in the office, that's for sure.